everybody, and welcome to Foreplay Sports Bar. This is Major Misconduct. I'm the Major. That's the Misconduct, Taylor Keelback. And also welcome to 360Winnipeg.ca. Today, we have lots to talk about, but I want to start with my favorite sport in the entire world, refereeing. You dropped me off a couple of questions before we came on today, and I wanted to deal with this one first.
Okay.
Your first question was, let's talk about the inexact science that is judging in the Olympics, gymnastics, figure skating, diving, etc., etc., etc. By the way, is diving part of soccer?
It might as well be. Yeah, actually it is, particularly to the European soccer. It seems.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's start with that one. I have always maintained, always will maintain, that it's a complete and total fix. They make decisions beforehand, and regardless of what anybody does, they give the medal to the people that they have predetermined they're giving the medal to. The person could fall off the balance beam, land on their head, break their necks. They'd have to wheel them into the next event, but they're still going to win gold because that's the way the Olympics works.
Yeah, you know, when you take a look at some of the gymnastics or even in the Winter Games and the figure skating and that sort of thing, they always come in, certain people are favored, certain people are expected to win. And that mindset has to affect the judges. I'm sure that the judges are probably the best people capable of doing it, but when you stop and think
capable of fixing an event?
They sit there for about 8 hours, and in a diving, by example. Now these guys are in the air for what, 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, and they got to pick out whether he wiggled his toe or scratched his ear or what the heck he did, and get everything exactly right and put down a mark. Now it really helps if you're famous, if you're supposed to win, because oh, this guy will be good. And then if you're somebody that comes out of the blue, you don't stand much of a chance. I mean, I don't imagine Nadia Comaneci was unheard of before she got the perfect 10, was she?
No, but the most interesting part about that is they talk about Olga Korbut, and that Olga Korbut was completely unknown. And Olga Korbut wasn't supposed to win. And she is the one that changed gymnastics and figure skating forever. Her and Jamie Salé, because in gymnastics they decided as best they could to award the best person the medal. And in '72, when Olga Korbut got all those 9.9s and won all those goals, gymnastics came to the conclusion that you've got to give it to the fan favorite and the best. Figure skating went the other way. They used to be that way, and then they reached the point where if you weren't one of the top 3 in the world for 3 years, you weren't going to win a medal in the Olympics. And it got so phony, so fake in Salt Lake City that basically figure skating was destroyed when Pelche and Salé lost in Salt Lake City. So I think that bad officiating, bad judging in Olympic Games, whether winter or summer, has affected the sports. Gymnastics went the right route, figure skating the wrong route, and figure skating is nearly dead on television today.
Well, yeah, and it extends beyond that, though. I mean, take a look at what happened in the women's soccer game between Canada and the U.S. I mean, we've all watched enough hockey to parallel it to hockey, where the goaltender hold on to the puck a little bit too long. Invariably, the referee will go up to that goaltender and say, look, you held on to it too long. It's just a warning. Next time it'll be delay of game penalty. Now, this is a different situation. There's so much on the line. This girl has the ball, and she's going to be careful. You're darn right she's going to be careful. There's a lot on the line, so she takes a little bit of extra time, and bang. It was crazy. And it's they got a right to be sour about that.
And an insane call, and then on the indirect kick, the ball just deflects off of somebody protecting themselves, and they call it a handball. I guess it is technically.
Technically it is.
1,000 times I've seen it not called.
It's like getting a speeding ticket for doing 63 and a 60.
Exactly correct. When we come back, we're going to talk about more things at the Olympics. I am sick to death of Blue Blazers who are idiots and blame athletes. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is Major Misconduct, live from Foreplay Sports Bar in downtown Winnipeg.